The Associated Student Government today proposing amendments to its code that place restrictions on student journalists with the goal of protecting attendees. The new rules allow senators to vote to make a portion of a meeting private, where it is open to the public but off the record to journalists. Notes by ASG will be provided for journalists to use. This is different than a closed meeting where non-ASG members may be asked to leave the room. The new code also includes a, quote, code of ethics for journalists, with conditions on covering a public meeting, including rules for quoting, live streaming, and anonymity.
And allow for transparency without compromising safety of any student.
ASG Senator Dahlia Siegel-Miller told NNN's Gabrielle Coriati the Rules Committee wanted to ensure those attending Senate feel comfortable.
We want students to know what we're talking about, but we don't want a student to feel discouraged from attending Senate because their name is and private information is going to be attached to something that they say.
The new rules state non-senator attendees who speak in meetings have a, quote, right to anonymity in cases of safety, though does not specify the conditions. For elected officials wanting anonymity, they should talk with the publication and parliamentarian about their safety. Regardless, the new code says consensus among ASG, press, and the student must be reached to, quote, resolve any disagreement over student anonymity. Medill Dean of Journalism Charles Whitaker says he appreciates ASG's desire to protect students from harm, but says how anonymity is determined under the proposed rules
is really a slippery slope and can ultimately result in just shutting down the press completely.
At the start of the quarter, ASG proposing a revision to the same section of code, stating recording and documenting of Senate meetings is not permitted unless a 2/3 majority declare a meeting open to the media. While they write accountability is critical, ASG says allowing documentation, quote, can contribute to the policing and surveillance of marginalized students. In response, campus publications, including NNN, sending a letter to ASG leaders stating strong opposition. ASG tabling the amendment, meeting with publication leaders and activists before presenting these new guidelines, which they will introduce at a Wednesday night Senate meeting.
Hearing everybody's rationale behind what they were pushing for helped us to make a more holistic and fair suggestion for Senate.
Whitaker says the exchange of ideas,
that's best done in the open and not under the cover of anonymity.
ASG will vote on March 2nd on the proposed changes.
But we really encourage any community member who is interested or concerned or supports us, whatever your stance is, that you should talk to your senator.
We want to reiterate that NNN does have a stake in this debate. Our position is that ASG should seek alternative ways to gather student feedback without limiting journalists in a public forum. We'll continue to follow this story. Andrew Rowan, Northwestern News Network.